Guys, Brian Stelter just cannot stop taking L's. Every time there's somebody on his show that's I'm sorry, for the past like 3-4 months, people on Brian Stelter show, I'm sure the reliable source. It seems like every time he has somebody new on the show, they constantly call him out on some of the media BS that he be sprouting. Pretty much, like ever since the Virginia election, that mainstream media, CNN, basically left wing media in general has been saying, "Oh, this is the act of white supremacy that Glenn Youngkin won," but they won't talk about the Latino. What was it? What was that position? I forgot. They won't talk about the Latino guy that won, and they won't talk about Wilson Sears, the first black lieutenant governor of Virginia. And if something happens to Glenn Youngkin, she will be the next governor. History making right there for a black person. But you won't see Joy Reid mention that. You won't see Don Lemon mention that. These two idiots will keep on with the race baiting because they want to keep on dividing people and say everything is white supremacy that the Republicans do, even though they just did history with putting a Latino person in charge and a black person in charge. So what's their excuse now for saying the Republican Party is the party of white supremacy? Oh yeah, they would say these black people are spokesman person of white supremacy. The black face of white supremacy, just like they did with Larry Yoder. But guys, it seems like left-wing media just keeps on eating their own. Prime example, this little tidbit from CNN themselves. Apparently, this lady named Bergen. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot her name. It'll see as soon as I play it. But apparently, she came on Brian Stelter's show to talk about and she claimed that the media actually helped Glenn Youngkin win, which I said when I made that Joy Reid video about last week. But let me not hear y'all. Let me not say it. Let me let her say it for herself about how left-wing media is actually making them lose their own battles. Let's go and check this video out.
How does what you're describing as bad news, how did it shape election results on Tuesday?
So I felt that Tuesday was a really good advertisement for my book, because my book is arguing that a lot of this conversation around wokeness is actually about class. We are hiding a class divide in America. We are hiding the just disgusting levels of income inequality in America. We are hiding the total dispossession of the working class of all races by focusing on a very highly specialized academic language around race. And I think what happened, Glenn Youngkin's victory was a perfect example of this. The media's response to Youngkin's victory is literally the reason that he won, right? How did they
What did I say in that video where Joy Reid was race baiting? What did I say in that video? That the left-wing media, with their BS narratives, gave Glenn Youngkin that win. Because if mainstream media is gonna keep talking trash about parents who are rightfully concerned about what's happening in their kids' school, and mainstream media calls them insurrectionists, white supremacists, what do you think is gonna happen when they go to the voting polls? They're gonna give the left-wing media the freaking bird. They're gonna give them a big middle finger, saying, "Yo, if y'all gonna cause this, we gonna do this." I've said that in that video.
There's 100 medias, 100 reactions. You're pretty overly generous.
Brian Stelter, that would be yo lame ass media, CNN, MSNBC. You should already know this because you have been very vocal about censoring people like me.
generalizing, I think.
Let me get more specific for you, okay? Because I have to say, I have to admit, having watched CNN all week, there's been a lot of very, very, very good genuflection on this front. But what happened right after the election was you saw host after host after host on MSNBC saying, oh, this is a victory for white supremacy, right? White supremacy wins again. Racism wins again. When, you know, the lieutenant governor that Youngkin won with will be the first black woman to hold that job. When Glenn Youngkin managed to flip majority black districts, when he
what have we been saying here? What have we been saying here? That because the freaking left-wing media is pushing this BS narrative about white supremacy and the Republican Party, but these white supremacists just elected a Latino and a black person to run a state. If it's white supremacy here, guys, I ain't seeing it.
He managed to get between 40 and 50% of Latino voters. Are all of those people white supremacists? Of course they're not. They're people who are worried about, number one, the economy, right? And number two, schooling. And it seems to me it is such a self-own to tell people who are worried about the economy that that is white supremacy, right? You are...
Again, Joy Reid did this as well. She said apparently education is now a white supremacist thing. So what does that mean for black people who want an education? Are they black? Are they trying to be white? You know what? No, you know what? Never mind. Because I'm pretty sure if Joy Reid sees this, hopefully as she does, so I can call her out for being a complete dumbass. Because she has an education and she's being paid off. But apparently this whole thing about education being a white supremacist thing, it just goes to show like how little they think about the black community, the Hispanic community, you know, the Latino, however you want to call it. That's how little they think of this community. Not implying that this community wants better education for their children. This is what left-wing media is pretty much doing.
Are essentially criminalizing the views of working class Americans. And you saw the same thing with the conversation around critical race theory, right? You saw all of these pundits being like, these people don't know what critical race theory is. That is not a political statement. That is a class statement. They are not educated enough to be opposed to critical race theory. How dare they oppose it?
Exactly. What have I been saying? And apparently that freaking host from MSNBC here talked about critical race theory is not even being taught in classes, but they are pissed off that it's being banned. If you say it's not being taught in schools anywhere in the United States, then why are you pissed off that it's being banned? You have white kids coming home to their parents, asking their moms, their dads, mom, dad, am I evil because I'm white? That's why the freaking Democrats lost Virginia, because of the suburban white mothers have had enough with this freaking woke BS with their kids saying, asking them, am I evil because I'm white? And so, and like I said, Greg Foreman said this, the black conservative perspective, and I'm saying this: education should be the main talking point for a lot of people, because especially for if they want to keep the suburban vote, and they want to try to get the black vote, they should be trying to talk to the black community, because they already pretty much got the suburban white vote. They should be talking to the black community about better education and how government funded schools are failing young black children. Y'all remember that one post, that one video I did about how California schools are failing black children, how some black kids in high school, middle school cannot read past a third grade level because of the failing school system, the failing government funded schools. That should be a main talking point as well if they want to get more of the black vote. But I don't know what the hell going on with in their minds. But this would be a main talking point. Why is it not a main talking point? They just plain old stupid. Like I said, guys. CNN and MSNBC is pretty much eating their own because they cannot get it right, especially when it comes to trying to push narratives that people are waking up to, and they are like, you know what? I don't trust CNN. I don't trust MSNBC. Now, people may give Fox News shit, even though Fox News is, kind of man with me. The one thing Fox News does have is ratings. They have the ads, they have the revenue, they have people watching them and actually trying to look at things from a different point of view. Even some left wing people are looking at Fox News. They ain't watching CNN for real. CNN, I read a post where CNN didn't get past 1 million views last month, like the whole last month. They barely reached the 1 million view mark, which goes to show that the woke people are not watching CNN at all. I mean, some are, but they have been pandering to this one mob, and they not even giving them any recognition. But guys, I'm just one opinion. If you guys like what I'm saying, like and subscribe, share the video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.